Hey everybody, Graham Elwood here at the Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas. We've been having a great time interviewing people. So we did an earlier interview with Miss Bitcoin Alejandra, and she talked a little bit about your guys' organization, and this is Bob MacDonald. So tell us about what the name of your organization, what it's doing, how it's helping people, and how people else watching can get involved.
Okay, so the blanket organization in the United States is Casa International. Alejandra's involved with our newest project. It's called the House of Life Mama and Baby Shelter, and there are so many girls desperate in El Salvador. A lot of them are a lot of their mothers were actually raped by the gang members that are now in jail. There's 80,000 gang members in jail, and they've fathered a lot of kids. And now those kids are nowhere. The dad's in jail, maybe the mom's in jail too. They have no place to go, and that leads to people trafficking them. We have girls that have been trafficked through the United States, actually 8 different states in the United States. And then somehow they end up back in El Salvador, they're pregnant, they've got no place to go, and they're thinking about killing themselves and their babies. And in some cases, the girls are actually just throwing their babies in the rivers and stuff. They're hopeless, and it's not their fault. They have no support. They've been abused their whole life. A lot of the girls remember their first abuse at 5 years old, and all that tells me is they've probably been abused before that. Those are their first memories. Some of our girls were raped by their cousins. Some were raped by neighbors, and the theme seems to be the same. The families are like, it was your fault. You were wearing shorts, or they're hit and beaten until they're bleeding, and told it was their fault, and never to tell anybody, never say anything about it again. And once the support of their gang member fathers is gone, then they're on the streets. They're sold into prostitution, or they have a baby, leave it somewhere, they head to the United States. It's just it's a tragic situation, and the cycle repeats itself. If a 12-year-old gets pregnant, chances are in 2 more years she's pregnant again. So what does that mean? That means like in 12 years, her child is now 12, and the same thing has happened to her.
Oh God, that's awful.
Yeah, and it doesn't take long. In 24 years, she's a grandma, and her 10 kids are having 100 more kids. You add 12 more to that, it's insane. It's 1,000 people. So you just saved one life, and you've changed everything. And once these girls come in, we have a team from Harvard and Boston Children's Hospital. They formed a nonprofit, and they've been looking at what we're doing. They're like, oh, this is scalable. We need to do an outcome study. We need to publish this worldwide so people can copy us and make more House of Lives. And so the Bitcoiners are like helping us get everything in open source and helping us move forward. And the Bitcoiners have brought hope to El Salvador, and have brought hope to these girls. Once they get in, they calm down, their depression levels go to like 0 or close to 0. And oh, hey, there's Alejandra. And then they're like, oh, so we're going to help you learn some stuff, They're taking my first Bitcoin, mi primer Bitcoin, it's called in Spanish. And they're learning about money, about financial management.
Oh, that's so empowering.
It's very empowering. And then, so this Bitcoiner, like Will, is developing 21 acres, and he's putting 21 mansions on it. And of course, why 21, right? Yeah, exactly.
21 million, baby.
And so he's like, I'm giving you a piece of land down below so you can build homes for these girls. And then these other 2 Bitcoiners, John and Roxy, are like, all right, we're just going to give you $20,000 for the first house. And they showed me the house. And so I showed the girls the design of the house. And I think they're actually maybe daring to believe that the dream is possible. And so
these houses are getting built now?
Well, no. So Will has surveyors in, and they're and they're parceling out the 21 lots. But the property has beautiful mango trees. This other thing called tamarindo, but it's a very exotic kind of fruit. And so Will's like, we're gonna make baby saving Mayan mango jelly, and we're going to market it in El Salvador.
Wow.
And so, life, a dead plant, they've come back to life, these girls, and they have hope for the future now.
So this is all being built right now, or being designed, or
Yes,
being in El Salvador.
It's all in process, yes.
So how did you first come up with this idea? Where were you, and how did you come up
I
with
was taking, well, so I've been there for 35 years, but helping with kids and stuff. We had a business in Oregon for 25 years, and the profits from the business helped fund it. Eventually I had to decide between one and the other. So stay and try and make money or save lives. It was no decision at all, right? So we moved down there, and I started getting babies during the pandemic that were neurologically damaged because they were just lying in cribs for months with no human contact for the most part. And so I started working with my friends from Boston Children's Hospital and Harvard, and they helped me get, they have a program called Building Babies' Brains, and so we worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. And I still follow the kids. They have, attention deficit problems, they have attachment disorders. They're much better off than if they had not been with us. But I just got to thinking, if I had the 8 mothers of these 8 damaged babies, they would never be damaged. And so it's like, okay, is this possible? It wouldn't have been possible had it not been for the new government in El Salvador with President Bukele. I talked to his legal counsel, and they're like, oh yeah, you can do that. You can open a home for pregnant teens. And they got us all of our permits, all of our regulations. I said, now we have no place to go. Friends from Oregon bought 2 houses for us, so we have a place to stay. And that's it. That's how it started.
So are you in El Salvador full time now?
Full time,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I love El Salvador. I've been there several times. I lived there for 2 months last year.
Oh my gosh, you got to come by and
I
see
got to
us
come
there.
by your CSA.
Oh,
What part of the country are you guys in?
We're right outside the capital in Santa Tecla, just before you start heading down to the beach. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was staying in El Tunco. I was.
All right. Well, 25 minutes away. Yeah.
Oh, Bob. All right, I'm coming back, and so how can people help? What website can they go to if they want to donate to this to help?
Yeah, so they can donate. They can come down and volunteer their time. They can hold babies while the girls are catching up in school, learning about Bitcoin, learning about cosmetology, learning everything. But obviously, we need money to do this. The Harvard study has already started publishing some results, but it's going to take a few years to really have a complete study. So we need a good 3 years of financing. It's we run a very efficient shop, but it's still, I have 50 kids and 25 employees. It's about $400,000 a year, so about $1.2 million to run for 3 years. I know God's going to provide, but if they go to www.micasakids, it's MICASAKIDS.org. There's all kinds of Bitcoin links, and you can please donate in Bitcoin if you're able to, because we're starting a reserve fund, and that's going to fund us forever.
See, that's so huge. MiCasaKids.org, and why? This is why I'm a Bitcoiner. One of the many reasons, because this organization, if you donate in Bitcoin, what he said, they're going to keep a reserve. So as the Bitcoin price keeps going up, they're going to have more resources to help more kids.
And we'll be perpetually funded. If we can get like 20 Bitcoin, I don't think we'll ever need money again.
No, you won't. You won't. Because Bitcoin, oh my God, I love Bitcoin. This is why I love Bitcoiners, man. They just look for problems to fix.
Yep, that's
what they do. Where's the problem? Bitcoin can fix that. It can fix that.
Exactly.
And the criticisms of Bukele that have come up recently, I'm just like, look what he's done. Look how safe he's made it. Like,
oh yeah, and he's still buying. He's buying a Bitcoin every day still. He had the country had a lot of debt, right? And they had to refinance it. And he's got, but he hasn't given up on Bitcoin at all. No. It's alive and well. Believe me. Yeah.
All right, Ed, thank you so much. Bob, sorry, I called you Ed.
That's all right.
Too many interviews. Steve, Jack, whatever. No, MiCasaKids.org. Support what they're doing. It's amazing. Go down to El Salvador and see for yourself. Visit us. Go see what they're doing. Go see the Bitcoin adoption in general, but go visit them. I haven't been back in a year. I'm coming down, and I'm seeing you guys for sure.
All right.
All right, Bob. Thank you so much. Thanks for supporting us, guys.